Have you ever caught yourself just sort of nodding along to a plan or maybe a whole direction for your life that doesn't quite feel like it's really yours?
Oh, yeah. It's like that feeling when you finally exhale after holding your breath for ages.
Right.
And you realize, wait, I wasn't even underwater. What exactly was I holding my breath for?
Exactly. What was that pressure? So today we're diving into what happens when we start shifting our focus, away from those external expectations and more towards our own inner compass.
Mhm. And the goal really is just to understand that shift, that kind of fundamental change when your own perspective starts to take the lead.
And what's interesting is how that actually feels, isn't it? People often talk about feeling, well, lighter.
Lighter, yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly that constant worry about what others think, that hesitation, it seems to lessen somehow.
Yeah, it sort of fades into the background a bit.
Yeah.
And decisions that felt totally overwhelming can become, well, surprisingly clear.
Okay, let's maybe try and paint a picture. Imagine someone just feeling completely drained by their job. You know the feeling. Every single morning is a struggle. They know they need a change, like deep down for their own sanity, their own well-being.
But then the shoulds kick in, right?
Instantly. Yeah, the worry about, oh, what will my family say? Or friends giving that well-meaning advice like, oh, just push through it. It'll get better.
Advice that doesn't actually help sometimes, it just adds to the weight. It's that paralysis, isn't it? That fear of judgment or just being misunderstood.
Totally. Like they're stuck acting out a role someone else expects. But okay, now picture someone else in that exact same situation, still hearing all that outside noise.
Right, they hear it.
But they engage with it differently. They listen, sure, they reflect, but then they ask themselves that really crucial internal question. Okay, hold on. Is this advice actually helping me? Or is it just making things harder?
That internal check-in, that's the key bit, isn't it?
It really is. It's not about just, dismissing everyone else outright.
No.
It's filtering it through your own experience, your own gut feeling, weighing the external stuff against that inner sense of what feels right, or maybe what feels really wrong.
And when they land on, okay, this path just isn't working for me anymore.
And they make a move. Not recklessly, not impulsively maybe, but with a kind of quiet confidence.
Yeah, confidence that comes from actually trusting their own read on the situation. They decide to write their own next chapter.
That's a bit like, think of your life as a journey,
Yeah.
right? Are you always looking down at someone else's map, checking their highlighted route?
Or are you learning to actually read your own internal compass? Paying attention to those little nudges. What happens when you start trusting where it's pointing?
And that kind of invites a more personal question, maybe for you listening.
Yeah.
What are some of those unspoken shoulds or, external voices that might be subtly steering your decisions,
Yep.
even when they feel a bit off?
Yeah, what might it feel like to just gently set those aside for a moment? Turn the volume down on them.
Maybe think back. Can you pinpoint times when you prioritize someone else's view?
Right.
Maybe a boss, a parent, maybe just what people do over your own inner knowing.
What happened then? And maybe more importantly, what's just one tiny shift you could try, even today, to give your own perspective a little bit more space, a bit more weight?
So I think it really boils down to recognizing that difference, doesn't it? Between all the external noise and that quieter internal signal. Just noticing that difference is often the very first step, the first step towards living more authentically, I suppose, making choices that actually serve you.
Right, and just to leave you with something to think about, what could genuinely become possible if you gave yourself permission to trust your own vision, especially when it doesn't match up with what everyone else seems to expect?
Yeah. What's one small act of self-trust you can maybe lean into today?